Hello, I'm Sifu Kuttel, and when it comes to Tai Chi principles, one of the most important ones that we can look at mechanically to get power in a push and have a better defense against a counterattack is to keep our elbows down. Now, this is something very simple to keep in the back of your mind while you're practicing your forms, but it is also something that we should take some time and pay attention to with some supplementary training. So I'm going to give you a couple of exercises to look at using our brush knee and twist step technique, but also just kind of as a way to train keeping the elbows down. Okay, so let's get to work. Now, although we are going to be focusing on the brush knee and twist step technique, I'm not going to place too much emphasis on the stance. You should have this down. You should understand forward and backward shifting. And I'm not really going to put any emphasis on this hand that's doing the actual brushing of the knee. We're focusing on the forward press. Okay, so we're really looking at that straight line and focusing on keeping the elbows down. Now, this starts already from the very beginning in the preparation of the technique when we bring our hand up next to our jaw and we have our fingertips pointing forward. Try to make sure this elbow stays down. It's very easy to let the arm and elbow stick out at this point, which not only allows openings for your opponent to attack, but it's very weak in this position. Just a slight press upward and you can easily lose your structure and your balance. So keeping the elbow down keeps your body protected or keeps your head protected from counterattacks and punches and kicks, but it also has room for if somebody's going to try to push up, you have much more natural advantage and leverage to keep it down. So we're going to bring the hand up next to the jaw and then just get used to shifting forward, keeping that elbow down, and then pressing with the palm forward. Now, this is easy enough to think about, oh yeah, I can easily do this. But to get used to it, we're going to take our other hand and we're going to bring our palm up underneath the elbow. So we just want to maintain contact here as we press forward. One of the things you might notice that as we get to further and further in the extension, naturally our elbow wants to turn and rotate up and outward. This is also a very common mistake here where we want to get used to rotating this elbow so it points downward. So again, keep your palm underneath as we shift forward and back and forward and back and forward. You don't have to have too much extra pressure on either side, but this already brings an awareness to where your elbow is pointing. So when we shift forward and back, we understand that our elbow is pointing down. Now, if you want to, it's nice to get a little more snap in this so you can relax and just let some fast movement just shift forward and pop with the palm. That makes this a little bit more smooth in the fast, and then you can practice slowing it down. Shifting forward, shifting back. And notice as I do this, my hand now travels on much more of a straight line. But this is not the only way that we can practice this. The next way that we can do this is going right up next to a wall. So now I want you to stand next to a wall as close as you can. Bring your hand up next to your ear. Make sure you have a good stance that you can shift forward and backward. And then we're going to focus on bringing that arm forward along the wall and pressing. This again keeps you from letting that arm come up like a chicken wing and chicken wing out as you do this. So you want to just focus on shifting back, shifting forward here. Again, you don't want to feel any outward pressure. We're not forcing against the wall as we do this. And as you get more and more comfortable, you can just keep your arm next to the wall. We don't actually have to make contact with the wall. Now we can go back to doing our original drill with our palm underneath to make sure that we have, again, an idea of the whole body shifting forward and backward as we do this, keeping the elbow down, and then keeping that straight line path. So we're not trying to go in any particular direction to cheat the drill. Now, of course, once you get comfortable with this, you can start working on the rest of the technique to make sure that we have good straight alignment as we press forward. And again, the basics of the technique. So now we can add that, bringing the hand down, across, and then shift forward as we press with the palm. Shifting back, same idea. And then again, here, down, over, press. Arms come up, elbows stay down, shift back, bring the hand back, down, across, brush knee, and twist step. Okay, so there you have it. Now, this of course is how we would apply it to a brush knee and twist step technique, but as long as you have the mechanics similar of having the hand come up next to the ear, elbow down, and then press forward, like when we do repulse monkey, or even when we shift back for apparent close-up, you can really develop a much stronger sense of keeping the elbows down. Of course, this does apply throughout all of our techniques, so even when you're shifting back, it's very common to keep the elbows out here. You want to keep those elbows down as you shift back, and then even switch sides to change techniques. So start being more aware of where your elbows are pointing when you're practicing your forms, and take some time and do these exercises a little bit more consistently, and it will definitely benefit your Tai Chi training overall. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out some of these other videos, and I'll see you later.